So let's see a brief introduction into modules in JavaScript, also in programming. So first, what is a module in programming? Using modules, you can split the code into different files. This way, we can separate the functionality that is related in their own file or files. Also, the main advantage of using modules is that we can import the module only where we are going to need this functionality. So the main benefits of using modules is you can split the code into small pieces with related functionality. And also we can reuse other modules from other projects into the new projects. They also prevent the name collision with variables and functions. And also we're going to check something called the dependencies. So first we're going to see how they prevent name collision with variables and functions. So let's say that you create two different modules and you create a function that is called getClient. In this case, both functions will work because you are going to execute this as module1 dot getClient and also module2 getClient, and they are going to be different functions. So let's see what is a dependency. When you have a module that is connected and needs another module to work as expected, this relation is called a dependency. If one module needs the functionality from another module to work, this means that this module is a dependency of the other module. And finally, a really simple example is Bootstrap and jQuery. Bootstrap requires jQuery in order to work. So let's see the modules in JavaScript. So far we have done this, create different files with related functionality. But this is the most common way. But let's review some of the downsides of using this approach. So let's see, for example, the disadvantage of multiple JavaScript files. Each script opens a new HTTP connection, and this is going to slow down the website. Each script stops the parsing of the HTML until it's downloaded. This is something that you can fix with async and defer attributes. And the most important is that the dependencies are managed manually. So let's say that you have two files, file 1 and file 2. If you try to use a function from the file 2 into the file 1, this is going to cause an error. So other ways of using modules in JavaScript is to create a big file with all the code. We can use a tool like run or gulp to concatenate and minify all the code into one really big file. Also, require and system.js work really similar to modules in JavaScript. They load the files using Ajax, but the downside of using this approach is that the handling of the modules in a really big project was really complicated. And other tools are bundlers, preprocessors, and transpilers such as Browserify, Webpack, Gulp, and Grunt. These are other ways of managing the dependencies in your project. So let's review the native modules in ECMAScript 6. Webpack is by far the best option, but modules are something that is supported in modern JavaScript. So let's start working in the next video, and we're going to create some examples of ECMAScript modules, and then we're going to jump into Webpack.